Really hurt my hand.
I don't know. It's not letting you join.
It's not going through.
Try to get you in here though. Okay.
Okay.
Hurry.
So you said exactly what I was about to say. To focus on the positive. And yes, the weak shit is not for the strong. Is not you know how you said it. The strong, you get it. Okay, leave me alone. See, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. But again, I understand. I understand. And I often get a little jealous of the rest of the world because everybody else gets to laugh, gets to smile, keep their life going. And here I am. Yes, I laugh. Yes, I smile. However, my son is always front and center. For every time I smile, I cry in the inside. You get me?
Me too.
But being I think I'm not a very spiritual person. I'm not a Bible thumper. um I do believe that there is a higher being among us, above us rather. And um and to whatever or to wherever my strength lies, I'm thankful for it, for the hand over my life to keep me sane. You know, it's not. I don't. I don't. I can say this. I can say this 5 times. I can say it 50 times. It's not easy. It's not. It's not easy at all. And and oftentimes I find myself not wanting to really talk about it because then I find myself coaching other people on on how to help me with my grief. So now I got to stop grieving and go and help you to navigate on how best you know to grieve with me. And it's a balance. It definitely is a balance, and it's not easy.
No, it's not.
It's not.
And I'll be doing so well. Like I'll be doing so well. But today it just takes me back to stage one, you know.
Hmm.
But it's cool and it's natural, it's normal. And
It's your yeah, it is. It's normal for us.
yeah,
It is. It's normal for us. And and I've learned so much over these past now 6 years without my son. I've learned so much about myself, and I've learned so much about other people. And I I am I'm so better at loving me. I'm so much better at protecting my space and my energy, but not being aggressive about it. You know what I mean?
hmm
Like when people say to me, "Oh, oh, sorry for your loss. He's in a better place." I hate when people say that. I'll be ready to punch a motherfucker in the face. Sorry for what? He's in a better what? What could be better? What could be better than mom's mashed potatoes? I got mashed potatoes on the stove right now. I got a whole pan of chicken over here. What could be better than sitting around with mom, eating, laughing? What could be better than, shooting the shit with your brother, cracking on each other, you know, getting on each other's nerves? What could be better than that? So miss me with that better place bullshit, you know?
Yeah, and it's just like the little things I remember because whenever he used to want to go outside, my mom be like, "Take your brother with you," and they'd be like, "Man, damn." Oh my God, that shit used to be funny as hell. Like I was always have to tag along with him outside, and I would get into like a whole bunch of mischief. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time I ran away because he was babysitting me. So I like ran away. I went to my sister's school. Well, they was at my sister's school at a parent teacher conference, and we stayed around the corner from the school. So I was like 2 years old, and I walked all the way from that school all the way to the front porch by myself because they was all around the school looking for me. They was like, "You see my son?" And I was all
You
the
need your
way.
ass beat.
I, I was
Kiki hell. You
I was
need your ass
too.
beat again.
Too. I couldn't. No, it's just those things,
You
man.
were
Like,
about to be on a milk carton. Remember when they were putting children on milk cartons?
yeah.
You a mess.
No, it's
But
just. Oh no, it's just one of those things, man. Like, I really sit back and think about because I know I was a terror. I knew I was a handful, but it's just like he he missed out like on the best years of my life when I evolved into a
hmm
man. Because I was still a kid at 27 years old. I was still, trying to find myself. Age doesn't define maturity.
true.
So when he left, that's when I had to step up. That's when shit got real for me. And I think people be so locked into their own ambitions to the point
hmm
that it takes something so real to happen in order for that um, part of your brain to rewire or hotwire itself to the point that, okay, I gotta get my shit together. I've been procrastinating on this. I've been just not allowing myself to live. And I just think that if that didn't happen, I would have missed out on a lot of opportunities that I'm gained.
hmm
I would have not been so strong or just driven to do anything else.
I get it.
And so, yeah, I get it. The cliches and shit like that. I heard every cliche known to man, and that shit irritating. That shit makes you just want to just break
my
somebody's
my
neck.
let me give you my favorite one. My favorite one. Look to the hills from which cometh your strength. Joy
Yeah,
come. Look to what? Which hill? People.
yeah.
People.
People,
But and I used to, and I really did. I really used to get. I really, really used to get angry, and I started to, isolate myself a little bit because I would just rather no one be around me so that I don't have to hear this, and then have to counteract the bullshit which the person thinks that they're being philosophical, and they're thinking that they're telling me something that's going to get me through the day when really you ain't saying shit. You're just poking the bear at this point. So i
hmm
found I found myself just isolating myself and staying away from people because I realized that y'all don't know what to say to me, so y'all just saying any damn thing. and my last nerve is holding on by a dry piece of bubble gum and some spit, and y'all just out here saying anything. I,
Hmm.
but it took. I'm still in therapy. And it took me to fix my mental in order to deal with other people.
Yeah.
And I've learned what my boundaries are. I've learned how to say no and mean it, and not be
Guilty of it.
not feel guilty, and not
Hmm.
and not say it in a manner in which I'm being a bitch. Just like, no, that's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm comfortable with. No. And then I've gotten better now, where I've shortened it. I just say no, and I don't even have to give an explanation. It's no, no. So
Yeah.
so
I'm always, um, I just try not to like torture myself, and because I ain't gonna really reveal it to everybody, but um, what I told you and shit.
mhm.
Um, I realized that I couldn't save him. I couldn't talk him out of it. He was gonna do it regardless if I intervene or not, and I just didn't realize how much I still needed him until he was gone, and I still do a lot of times, but I just fight it. I just keep going. Regardless of how I feel and what day it is. I just keep going because I
Mhm.
still have a lot of fight in me, and I have people that still need me, and I gotta make sure that my nieces and nephew grows up, and that's tough. Like, because I lost both my brothers around the same time. One died, one abandoned me. I haven't seen my younger brother in 3 years, so it was just like insult to injury. You know what I'm saying? But
and
I just,
and and that actually hurts more. It hurts more when a person is alive and well, and and they are dead. You know what I mean? That hurts a lot more than a person actually genuinely physically leaving this earth. That hurts a lot more. So I get it. I
mhm.
get it.
Yeah, I'm surprised I'm not in no straitjacket right now, but I know somebody's watching over me because I don't know anybody who will like be able to function, be able to smile, be able to laugh, and after going through all of that, and
Mhm.
I know that I'm strong, but just I never forget. I forgive, but I don't forget. So it's just now like being able to bring people on the show and help people and be able to just be an inspiration. Because I have a lot of people hit me up, was like, man, thank you. You're the only one that ever listened to me. You're the only one that helped me. You reached out to me and made me feel comfortable. I just feel so grateful for people like you because, people so self-centered and
Mhm.
just crooked and evil.
The definition of self, is there is there another word for selfish?
Egotistical.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, very egotistical. And we not put on this earth to be like that. You know what I'm
No.
saying? That's the devil and shit. But and my question to you is like this Kanye thing. It just be so funny because people like, oh, he ain't been the same since his mama died, but you still have your mama and you saying that type of shit. Like you don't
So
know.
how can you
Yeah.
cannot relate. You
No,
cannot, and that's another thing. That's another thing that people would do that would irritate the hell out of me. They would literally try to compare apples to apples or apples to oranges or however you want to say it. Well, my friend, sister, brother lost his son. Okay, what does that have to do with me? That my experience is not your experience, and if you cannot relate to me, that is perfectly fine. I don't want you to, and I damn sure don't want you to pretend to relate to me.
no, and that's the thing with me. I don't expect people to relate. I don't expect people to even understand. It's a way for me to cope with it because I'm very expressive
Mm-hmm.
and to try to give people a a way for just in case they experience that, they would be looking for people who've been through it in order for them to overcome it and stuff like that. Because I know I looked up a whole lot of YouTube videos on that and helped me out a lot and stuff. But it's just people can just be assholes and be idiots and be
Mm-hmm.
judgmental. Like it's nothing to cross examine me about. It's nothing to judge me about if you ever walk in my shoes. Like, because I thought I been depressed before all this shit happened, and come to find out, I ain't know shit about it
No,
um until it happened. And you just literally feel like, damn, like what the hell is going on with me? Because it would be times where I would be in my head like an entire 12-hour shift, 8-hour shift. You know what I'm saying? And people would walk up to me and I would like cuss them out. I would spaz out on them. And then I would come over to them later, like, man, get away from me. You don't remember what happened. You don't remember what you said. Like, no. Like, what the hell is going on? And then just going days without sleeping because I was
yeah,
afraid to go to sleep and I would be in my nightmares and stuff like that. But it's just one of those things, like, you just ask yourself, like, why me? I'm such a good person. I help people out. I don't break the law. I pay my taxes. I pay my rent. I don't try to get over on people. I don't snake anybody. Why I gotta
I
suffer
don't.
so
I'm a.
much?
I'm a good person. I don't snake people. I've been to jail, but but the trauma. It's like when shit happens to me, it really happens. And to what you're saying, it's just like, really,
Hmm.
really, do what is it? It was really written for me to wake up one morning to innocently go into my son's room and he's stone cold deceased. Nothing I could do. It wasn't written for me to even for me to even try to save my son. No, I don't get that chance. My mother's schizophrenic. My father's a drug addict. My grandparents who raised me are deceased. My daughter has autism. God knows where my ex-husband is, somewhere spaced out from PTSD and bipolar. And it's just like, what? Why me? What? Stop it. Time out. Time out. I can't whistle, but time out on the field. Time out. Because this is way too much. It's way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much.
And
And
then,
I don't take pride in saying this, but to your point a couple minutes ago, I know what sadness is. Just it's a different. People can
Yeah.
say that I'm sad. You have no idea what sad is. You have no idea what depression. Whew. Anyway. Mm,
No, they don't. They don't.
no. No.
Especially when especially when you get those broken promises like I'm here whenever you need anything, and then
Hmm.
when you at your
Call me if you need anything. Really? Can I though?
lies.
Can I though? And then some people, they wonder, they was like, well, KK, I don't hear from you, or KK, you don't come around, or KK, you don't do this, because I know in my head that you are not mentally capable of taking on anything that I'm saying to you or anything that I'm going through. But the first thing that you want to do is to talk to me about it, but you have no idea on how to talk to me. So I just rather not talk to you. Or I try to redirect the conversation. Can we talk about something else?
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, they don't get it. They don't get
no,
it.
no.
And and I went through like a horrible alcohol addiction, food disorder, and stuff like that. I gained so much weight from that shit because it was a time just um I didn't have nobody. I didn't have my parents. I didn't have no siblings. It was just me. And and then after that, you know what I'm saying, I lost my grandmother and stuff. And then it really got messed up when I lost my stepfather. I would consider him as my father than my sperm donor. But after that happened, I lost all my hair. I woke up one day, I had hives all over my body and sores in my head, and I had to cut my hair. All bunch of shit was going on. It was just like a plague or something,
Mm.
and I didn't know what the hell was going on. And then when I finally did seek counseling and seek help, my damn doctor was judging me and complaining about me not taking my meds because they prescribed me with
Hey
Thorazine or
Google,
some
turn
shit.
on main lamp. I'm listening. My phone's about to die and I'm going to the charger.
Yeah, so I was prescribed on with Thorazine, and I explained it to her like, look, I can't take this. I'm a cook at a hospital. I need to be aware and stuff like that. I'm responsible for diets. I'm responsible for food portions and stuff like that. Like I could lose my job. I could kill somebody if I prescribe to this medicine. I don't want to take
Right,
that.
right. Why is it why does it happen that way? Why is it that the first thing that is given to you is a bunch of damn pills? I don't want pills. I refuse to take them. Now there were no, I'm lying. There were it was I think out of the 50 pills, out of the 50 Xanax pills that my doctor gave me, I've only taken maybe 8 of them,
Hmm.
and I still have the same prescription from 6 years ago when it was first given to me. I still have those pills. I don't want to be hopped up on medication. I don't want to be.
No,
I would rather do things the holistic way. I would rather to let my body process the way it chooses to process. And if that means that 1 second I'm crying and then the next second I want to play tic tac toe outside in the rain, that's what the fuck I'm going to do. Because this is my process, not anyone else's.
absolutely. And I just hate the negotiations when you go through that type of shit. And there's nothing to negotiate about. This is my feelings. This is my emotions. This is my life. And this is something that I'm gonna have to deal with forever. And
Mhm.
if you can't compromise, then you can go. And I ain't gonna say I missed out, but I left so many relationships over that because there ain't no problem for me to get a chick, but it's hard for me to keep one.
Some bad bitches, huh?
But
Wrong chat, wrong chat, wrong chat.
hey, hey, no, but no, what I'm saying is, it just really was hard for me to keep a woman because um I was just like shut down,
Mhm.
and because I just would be afraid to open up with my emotions because people like to use that shit against you, especially when they
Mhm.
getting upset. So I just would shut down and I would not speak. And I got so comfortable of being by myself and being alone. It didn't faze me if someone they called me for 3, 5 a week, and it didn't bother me because I got so used to being alone. Because a lot of people abandoned me, so I was forced to just deal with myself, and I learned a lot about myself too. Like, will you want this to be your last chapter of your life, or you can keep on making new ones. And
Mhm.
that's why I started my platform. And I met a whole lot of interesting people through my platform. And and I just love the man that I became and that I'm becoming at the same time. Because so many people who suffers through those type of things don't come back stronger than
They
ever.
don't. They don't.
And I'm still young, even though I'll be 35 in a couple months. But
Hey, old man.
yeah, so I see the evolution of me and stuff because I was such a kid and stuff. I even sound different. I look different and everything, but it's all good. I think so. But I'm just able to just keep on rolling with the punches and stuff like that because um I know that's what he
You
wanted me to
if
do.
Yeah, it's like, it's like if I'm gonna if I'm gonna you know what? If I'm gonna be here, okay, fine, fuck it. I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna make the most of it. And
Hmm.
I'm and that's just it. I ain't got nothing else to add to. If I'm gonna be here, you know what? All right, fuck it. I'm gonna make the most of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
I still got some fight in me. I still got some time on the clock. So, all right, let's go to work.
absolutely.
Let's keep this happiness. Let's keep this happiness in check. Let's keep this positive in check. Let's keep this mental in check. Let's keep it together. And on days where I can't keep it together, that's fine too. That's fine too. But I'm not jumping off no bridge. I'm not I'm not gonna sit somewhere in a corner and OD. I'm not.
No,
I'm not.
that's not even an option.
It's not even an option. It's not even an option because I love me. I love every part of me. I am a student. I'm a student of myself. I discover things about myself and I'm just like, wow, okay, I'm into that. All right, I like that. Or no, you know what? Nah, that ain't for me. So I've really gotten a chance to know me. And ending it is not an option. I'm gonna see it through for however long it's written for me to see it through.
Yeah, and congratulations on turning 40 too. Yeah, I don't throw that in there. Yeah,
Ooh. For, Shorty 40.
Yeah, that's how old he was when he passed. So I got to make it past that. And
And then
so,
pass that again.
absolutely.
Let's
Um,
come on over to 80.
yeah, I just want to be. It's funny because I have these visions and shit about one day being an old man, and then someone saying, "Hey, Grandpa, come here. You hear me, Grandpa?" I'm like, "What the hell are they talking about?" I'm like, "Oh shit, that's me." Yeah, so I know it's going to happen. It just sucks because um, you know how we have things planned out when we was younger and
Hmm.
how things was going to work out, and then it's the total opposite,
Total opposite.
and you just try to navigate through it all, and because he really missed, because I always wanted him to come over to my crib and eat me out of house or home and use my Wi-Fi, use my electricity, use the rest of my toilet paper so I could kick his ass out. That's what I always wanted to do because he kicked
I
me
like,
out.
or go grocery shopping in your house. Like, nigga, what? Get out of my stuff.
Yeah, cause I did that shit to my siblings and shit. So I wanted to return the favor. Like, man, get the fuck out, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But it's just it's crazy because his birthday is my dress.
Really? Wow.
So I know when I first moved in here, I know he was with me. I couldn't see him, but I felt his presence.
Mm-hmm.
I feel his presence a lot, especially when I'm walking home or um because he came to my dreams a lot. The first time he came to my dream, he was in this suit
Hit his
where he was
itch.
buried in.
Yeah.
And he sat in my chair and he looked at me and he did like this and then he vanished. You know how those dreams be like 2 minutes, but they
Mm-hmm.
like last the whole night, and you just like, what the hell is going on? So nobody can tell me that he's dead because he's not dead. You know, he's
So
here.
Marcus came to me. Marcus came to me 3 times.
Hmm.
The first time, um, he came to me and he said, "Mom," he was sitting down, at the edge of at the edge of my dresser, and he said to me, he said, "Mom, I feel different." And he had this little confused look on his face. He said, "Mom, I feel different. Was I born?" Is what he said. And and then the second dream, when he came to me, um he was in a room, and there were children all around him, wanting to accept him, wanting to play with him, wanting to show him around the room. And he was he wasn't mean about it, but he was just like, I don't know about this. I don't know these people, you know. I don't want to play. I I want to play, but I've just, I don't know about this, right? And then the third time, uh I was I I was back at that room, and I'm in the doorway, and he shows me around, and he starts, and I'm watching him as he's welcoming other children into the room.
Hmm.
You You picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah, it's heavy.
So it took him, I'm going to say that it took him a little bit to, but he's okay now. He's okay. And he let me know that where he is, he's all right. He's all right.
Yeah. He ain't came to me in a long time, but the last one, I revisited my childhood home and I saw myself outside playing, my little kid self, and I was like,
Really?
yeah, it was. I don't know which part of the, I don't know what year of the '90s it was, but my mom put up in the driveway, so she
Hmm.
telling me, "Get your ass in this house. We about to eat." And so she looked at me, and because I told her about this shit, she was cracking up. She was like, "Yeah, I would say that shit." So she was like, "Are you coming too?" So I'm like, "You see me?" And she like, "Yeah, I know my own son." So I walk into the house, everything was just like it was when I was a kid. It was just eerie. So I sit at the dinner table, and
Uh-huh.
she was like, "No, you know what? You know the rules. You better go wash your hands before you eat. So go wash your hands." So I go to the sink and wash my hands.
Hmm.
So then my sister comes as a little girl. She comes sit down first. She don't see me. So after I get done washing my hands, I sit at the dinner table, and he walks into the kitchen and sit next to me. And I just started to cry. It just started to be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you here." And he sees me, but everybody else is talking and stuff like that. But it's like he sees me. He's a little kid too. He's younger. So he was like, "You need to quit feeling sorry for yourself, man. I'm all right. I'm free from everything that I went through. You ain't got nothing to worry about." And I was just asking him, like, "Man, why did you leave me?"
Hmm.
And he was like, "If none of that happened, you wouldn't be where you are today. You won't be who you are today."
Wow.
And I
Wow.
and I sat back and thought about it, like, dang. And then I wake up and I just had this warmness on me, like it was cold, but I had this warmness on me, and it was just one of those things that I knew that this was real, and nobody can talk me out of this. And I still hold that to my heart because I know he's protecting me because it just could have been a lot of things that happened that was prevented, and nobody can tell me that angels doesn't exist, spirits,
Right.
ghosts doesn't exist, because they come to the people that suffering the most to give them reassurance, I believe. And but to everybody else, man, I'm just um the baby boy, so it really going to affect people like you and me because you was his mother. So nobody can say that it's gonna get better or it's gonna
Oh, oh, but they
heal.
try. It's not gonna get better.
Nah.
It's not. I'm his mother. He lived in my body.
Hmm.
He was the reason why I needed to eat cheesesteaks and drink grape soda in a foam cup at 7 a.m.
Wow.
Pregnancy cravings. No, seriously. Like with Marcus, like I had to have with Dana, I craved raw lemons. Like I would literally eat raw lemons. And with Marcus, I wanted cheese. I wanted steak, whether it came in the form of a cheese steak or a regular steak. But my Fanta grape soda had to be in a foam cup with ice because it was just something about seeing the bubbles around the cup that would like turn blue. I don't know, weird shit. Anyway, so anyway, back to the subject at hand. No, you cannot tell me anything. Can't tell me nothing. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I just miss his pettiness. Like he was so petty. Like I remember when we stayed at our grandma's house. We both was at our grandma's house at the same time, and we had our uncle staying there too. So he had OCD. So I remember him open up every cabinet in the house. He was like, "Don't touch nothing. Just leave them open until Uncle Charles get home." So he got home. He started going crazy, like started screaming and stuff like that. He was like, "Man, I know it was you, Damien. Just like your damn daddy." He starts slamming cabinets, and I in my bedroom, and I hear him from the because he slept in the basement, so I heard him from the vent was laughing.
You know, when I was speaking of Vince, when I would get punished, I would talk to my cousins from the vent in my room.
Hmm.
And it was Marcus passed away October the 4th. It was a little bit after that. I'm not sure what day this
Hmm.
month it was, but it was a couple days after that. Dana and I literally started belching. And it literally turned into an impromptu belching contest. We were just going, I can't make myself burp now, but I had to laugh and I said, "That's your daggone brother," because Marcus would just literally just start belching and just crack up laughing and just think that was the funniest thing in the world. And my little bougie ass up, "Oh my gosh, Dad, what is wrong with my children? They're belching." But it's little things like that just makes me, it keeps me going. It really keeps me going and really puts a smile on my face. Like, who in the world, I would have never thought that just out of nowhere my daughter and I would just start belching and just start belly laughing at the fact that we're actually sitting here having a belching contest. Really? So,
Yeah, just the little things become major,
yeah.
and
And it's just, you learn not to take even the smallest things for granted.
right.
Yeah. And so that's why I don't think I do so well. I don't think I do so well in relationships because you just people take me for granted. And I can't, and I just, you don't understand how how precious life is, how precious having someone to genuinely care for you and to really truly want to be there for you. I don't want to play games with people. I really I really am. I got my shit about me. Everybody does. But I really am a loving, genuine person. My moral fiber is really intact. However, I I have my moments. I have my moments of I can't do this today. And I need a person to understand me, and nobody gets it. Nobody
Yeah,
gets it.
yeah. I get it. I do. I still have my anxiety. I still have my PTSD. and stuff. Um,
It's like, when you were saying, abandonment. That is such a trigger word for me. It's such a trigger feeling for me because I have gone through so much abandonment in so many different forms of abandonment. And this is why when I come to a person and I bring them in as a friend and I tell you that I love you, I really mean it. I really mean it. And I'm not expecting myself from other people, but what I do require, what in any form of relationship, don't abandon me. Talk to me even when it hurts. Talk to me. Let me know what's going on. See about me. Because you just never fucking know. You never know.
mhm.
And people don't get it. They don't get it. So that's why I'm like, okay, I guess I'll be an old lady on the porch talking to my dead squirrel Skipper. Come on, Skip. We going to Target. Come on, Skip. Let's go. Cause because I wanna I wanna trust. I want to love. I really do. I just nobody is. I'm open to it, but I'm just not receiving it.
Well, you always will have my support. I never um, left your side. I just had to mature, get a little more. I had to go through some things. Cause certain people you have to be mature to deal with
Hmm.
and go, what I'm saying, go with or whatever. But I never left your side, Miss Barbara. I'm always around and I'm always got your back because we just have to stick together, especially since you and I share
Gosh,
this.
how many years has it been?
I was
Jeez, was it
10 years.
MySpace? Was it 08? No,
No, it was,
10.
yes, been 10 years.
So 2010.
Hmm.
Man, get out of here.
Only 10 years, yeah. Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, because I was staying with my sister at that time when I first met you. So it's been a minute. It's been whew. And it's like I said, like
Well, you might
um
as well just go on and meet me down at the courthouse. Let's just do this. Come on, let's go.
you ready? You ready for my flaws and my anecdotes?
And your farts and your bad
Yeah,
breath. 2 o'clock in
yeah,
the morning.
yeah. I got long
Yes.
toenails. Let me stop. I'm just playing. I grew myself. I take care of myself a little bit, a lot better. But I'm just saying, like, I'm a lot to deal with, especially when I'm passionate about something. But I'm real, raw and uncut. But I'm loyal. I'm loyal to those who's loyal to me,
Got it.
and like like I said earlier, I just want to be just the first person to admit, especially as a black man, like, because ever since slavery, when people were sold and never seen again, they had to go to work. They couldn't talk about losing a parent, losing a sibling, losing their child to the highest bidder. They had to go back to work. They had to be slaves all over again. So I think that's where that comes from in our society because we um, just put a band aid over trauma. We put a band aid over depression and mental health, period, because we
Mm-hmm.
had no choice. But we have a choice today. And I just want people to utilize these resources. Like, you don't have to suffer in silence and I wish I
Very
would
true.
suffer the motherfucking silence. Shit, fuck
Very
that.
true. Very true.
But it's always a choice. And, we don't get those sympathizers like the white serial killers when they go crazy and when they fucking snap. They don't get beat, they get all the support, but when it's us, like, oh, he knew what he was doing, or she could have reached out and this and that, but shit, hell
Hmm.
no.
That's another reason why I'm around. Cause I'm too nosy. I want to know what y'all gonna say about me. I want to see these Facebook. I want to see these Instagram posts. I want to see how many people show up to my. Yeah, I knew she was going to do it.
Yeah, and I would wake up like, what you say?
Right, exactly. What you say? Like,
Mm.
wait a minute, Jesus. I'll be right back. They didn't put me in the wrong Louboutins. I asked for the black ones, not the gold. Got me laying up here looking crazy, and it's a bitch in the back talking about me. Uh-uh.
Yeah, I'm just grateful that he's buried. I've been to his grave a lot whenever I get an opportunity because um, it's still kind of tough. I'm glad that we didn't cremate him. I'm glad that he was able to get the army to give him a free burial because he has an honorary discharge. But I just always told myself that this is a important vessel of my legacy, and this what really makes me who I am, part of
Mm-hmm.
who I am. And I'm not hiding that from nobody and shit. Like, especially somebody that I just fucking met. Like, this is a person that I share the rooms with. Somebody who used to put me in the headlock and all types of stuff. Watch me grow from a baby all the way to a young man. So nobody can fulfill that position or
Yeah.
that void
Mm-hmm.
that's
I
missing.
get it.
But I'm always here for you. You're not alone, and I know I'm not alone. I was just wanted to come on here and just lay out my grievances real quick, say what was on my mind, because I didn't want to just be in my head. I didn't want to go backwards,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm afraid if I go back there, I might not come back again, come back out.
Yeah. And that's why, and I also I had to I had to find a balance with with protecting my mental,
Hmm.
and then allowing myself to have those moments where I'm just like "Ah! you know so
Yeah,
people I it I used to, I know that, and I'm fully aware that I do have people that care. I do have people that care. I do have people that will support me. I do. Um, but the reality of it is, and I'm okay with it, is that it's just me in here. It's me in here. It's me in here. And I gotta I gotta do everything that I can to to keep that healthy.
hmm. Oh yeah,
So
cause yeah, cause it's
yeah.
you versus you.
Yeah, me versus me.
Hmm.
And and it's it's a different feeling. It's a different feeling to feel alone and you know that you're not alone. If that makes any type of sense.
Yeah. Makes all the sense in the world. And I just have to force myself that everything's gonna be okay. It's just the anxiety talking.
Yeah. Woo, when that anxiety starts talking, that's a motherfucker.
Mm, yeah.
That's not even nice. That's not fair.
But yeah,
You
let's
know?
let's get off of here and let's let's talk. I want everybody in my business. Yeah, but I appreciate you reaching out though. I appreciate that.
You got my number and a dime. Call me anytime.
Yeah, I was gonna call
Call
you
me.
after. I was
Give
gonna
me
call you off it.
someone to talk to. Call
Yeah,
me. Satisfaction guarantee. Call me.
yeah.
Call me.
I'm gonna call you now.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.